Hello, world, and welcome to this very special episode of The Glen Show. I thought it would be a great idea just to share clips with you from different episodes in 2021, the best of 2021, where I impart my approach to health and wellness and what I want for you and the rest of the world, because my mission is for all of us to be joyful, connected, confident, and complete. And for more information on Glen and my work, please visit my website, glenalex.com. Thank you. Enjoy this clip of the Glen Show on emotional eating with registered dietitian Cassie Christopher.
Oh my gosh, I love that body positive registered dietitian.
Yeah.
Because we have such negative, we're so self-critical. We are so very self-critical, and that actually psychologically imposes more damage on the metabolic processes than probably the food itself.
Oh, I could not agree more.
Enjoy this clip of the Glen Show on relationships and betrayal with Dr. Debbie Silber. As social creatures, relationships are essential to the human experience. And it is the healthy relationships that will enhance your life experience and well-being. Unhealthy and toxic relationships, on the other hand, will damage you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and undermine your best self. I'm talking about adult relationships, romantic, friendships, family, coworkers, etc. So please make sure that you follow the number one rule for healthy relationships to discern who to keep close and who to keep at a distance, because your health does depend on it. Enjoy this clip of the Glen Show on essential oils and health with Stacey Hall. I think essential oils are a great tool to utilize for living in total health. And while I dabbled in essential oils from time to time, I've used Young Living's essential oil products consistently for the past few years. And I know that my body, mind, spirit, and my home are healthier for it. So I share my top three essential oil products that I love to use. There are many, but I had to narrow down to the top three, and I share that in my latest blog. So visit glenalex.com. Enjoy this clip of the Glen Show on grief and loss with Glen Alex. For this episode, I wanted to speak to you about loss, because it can take such a toll on us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I think it's real important that we understand what loss is, why it is, and how to cope with it. First thing I want you to know is that you are not alone. When we lose someone or something that's really important to us, we tend to experience aloneness. We isolate, withdraw, and feel like we're the only ones in the world going through that pain. The truth of the matter is, loss is a part of life. Loss is a part of being human. Loss is part and parcel of the human condition. It is something that everyone on this planet experiences at one time or another. So you are not alone in that experience. More than that, you do have people in your life, I'm sure, who care about you and what you are experiencing. And there are also services and programs available to help you cope with your pain. So you are not alone. And the other thing I want you to know about loss is that it's individual. The grief process is very individual. While the grief process is necessary for everyone to go through and come out on the other side healthier, it's the process itself is very specific to you, your personality, your needs, your situation, your circumstances. So please don't allow anyone to tell you what your grief should look like. Whether they tell you you should be crying more, or you should be crying less, or it's been 3 months, you should be over it. Your process is very individual. And there are some very specific tools that you can use to help you cope with that process. So let me just share a little bit about my personal losses. I gave birth to stillborn twin girls. And to say that was a painful experience is a gross understatement. It was tragic. It took me a long time, several months, before I could be around any babies. It took me a long time before I didn't cringe when I saw a mother in the store with her infant. I recall seeing a mother pushing a stroller with twins in it, and my heart stopped. I turned and went the other way. So I understand. I've been there with grieving. I was able, through grief, to find a very special place in my heart and mind for my girls. And I personally believe that is the whole point of grief, is to release the attachment that you have, and to find a very special place in your heart and mind for what it is that you lost. And so now when I think of Carmen and Carmel, I smile, because the joy those girls brought me when we were physically connected is amazing still. And even though we're no longer physically connected, our connection endures. So it's all joy. It's all love. Every now and again, I might feel a twinge of sadness, but it's mostly joy and love.
Enjoy this clip from the Glen Alex Show on Total Health with Dr. Lindsay Elmore.
And self-care for me also includes setting appropriate limits with people. Your spouse keeps bringing home cookies and things like that they know aren't good for you. You have to set limits with that. And, I have some issues too. And I've learned to tell my friends and family, no, I can't have that. I don't want any, So care is definitely setting limits as well.
Enjoy this clip from the Glen Alex Show on what boundaries are with Glen Alex. My path to health actually began in childhood with boundaries. I am the youngest of 10, and we frequently had people in the house. We had music going. We had a lot of socializing. And I was so captivated by the interactions. I would just watch people talk to each other, touch each other, and I can intuitively tell when boundaries were respected and when they weren't. I could tell by the smiles. I could tell by the eye contact. I could tell by the cringes and the pained expressions. And I remember very clearly making vows to myself how I would treat people. And I decided then that I would treat people the way I want to be treated. So my boundary work began from there. I went from watching to learning to experiencing and now to teaching. And so here we are. So what about boundaries? Boundaries are your line in the sand. Remember back to childhood when you drew a line with your toe or a stick in the sand, in the grass, or across the ground, and you dared your playmate to cross that line? Do you remember that? That was you setting a boundary. Whatever the issue was at the time, that was your line. So you can think of boundaries as the line where what you will and won't tolerate meet. Enjoy this clip from the Glen Alex Show on hydration with certified athletic trainer Sherry Headland.
Without water, the body dies. Without hydration, the body dries out. So if you want to be healthy and you want to function at a high level, then you must drink water and you must hydrate. If that is confusing for you and you don't know how to start or what that means, please check out my blog, Water Matters, on glenalex.com. I explain what hydration is. I also share the tips that I use on a daily basis to get water and healthy fluids into my body. I call it the CLASS method. So again, visit glenalex.com for my blog, Water Matters. I also include a urine chart, so you can tell by the color of your urine how hydrated or dehydrated you are and make adjustments for there. And if all else fails, always, always consult your primary healthcare provider for more information and more direction that is specific to you.
Enjoy this clip from the Glen Alex Show on sleep with certified sleep science coach Tom LaPonte. Warren Zevon said, "I'll sleep when I'm dead." I have a friend who uses that line often, and my reply to him is, "Don't sleep, and you will be dead." Like my friend, so many people underestimate and dismiss the importance of good sleep to overall health. Without good, deep restorative sleep, the body cannot heal. You cannot manage stress well. You won't be able to focus or concentrate or be productive, and you won't lose weight. Yeah, sleep is good and important. Enjoy this clip from the Glen Alex Show on pandemic dating with Amy Lettingham. I agree with you that I think online dating can be a super safe way to meet someone. I will admit that I tried it moons ago, and I thought it was a great screener.
Yes.
Instead of meeting somebody in person at a bar or restaurant or whatever, you can get those red flags pretty quickly because love is action. That's what my latest blog is about. That's what my nourishing thought is about. And I love when Stephen Covey said, love is a verb. It's the things you do, the caring behaviors. Enjoy this clip from the Glen Alex Show on resilience and grief with Dr. Robin Donaldson.
And I do understand that life is hard sometimes. Life will throw challenges and obstacles in our way seemingly frequently. So health and joy are not about the absence of difficulty. Being resilient in response to loss, defeat, failure, and disappointment is the way to fulfillment. Having the skill to navigate physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual pain is key not only in recovering from setbacks. The skill of resilience is the ticket to transcendence and thriving.
Refresh your spirit with a nourishing thought.
Please allow me to leave you with these nourishing thoughts.
Yes, and we definitely need more positivity and wellness in our world.
I'm of the mindset that you express gratitude, you give generously throughout the year. You show other people that you love them, that you care throughout the year. You don't wait for a birthday or for Christmas or anything like that. I mean, you can do extra stuff for special occasions. However, for me, I love throughout the year.
The typical understanding of health is limited. Real health is total health, because total health embraces all of you. It embraces your whole self. And total health aligns your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects so you can function at the highest level, so you can laugh from the depths of your belly, so you can love from the bottom of your heart, and so you can connect with others soul to soul. That sounds like the most meaningful, the most fulfilling, the most joyful life ever to me. I want you to be well on every level. So please, glenalex.com, read my blog, reach out for help.
And until next time, rest up and be well.
Thank you again for tuning in to the Glen Alex Show. Please like, subscribe, and share.